No.
Time to pick up the phone.
It's late.
Jerk ball. It's 9:30.
It's late.
This is normal
9:30.
for Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, you think?
What did he do?
It called back.
I was going to say that jerk ball hung up. He was like, I'm hanging up.
You hung
Yeah,
up.
you could have heard what he said about you. Oh man, Phil too. Phil was saying some stuff.
Phil
and I'm
had
like,
some colorful
Oh,
language.
yeah, good.
they're not ready-
Technology is not his forte.
They're not ready for bed yet. And then Phil said, "Oh, I bet mom's Randy. She's ready to go to bed."
She's ready to get some popcorn.
Hey, you guys don't talk about Pandora much, but I also got on Pandora today, and I went to the Keith Jarrett radio station.
Yeah.
And the first two songs that I heard were him. You know, on the radio station, sometimes they play other stuff,
Oh,
but and then they did have other stuff on them from Keith Jarrett. But that was just cool.
Myself
cool.
all week long that I want to do that. Talk about what iTunes plays after the concert. You know, 'cause, again, you play the concert, it's in your ears, and you're doing stuff,
Yeah.
and then you know when the concert's over because the next artist comes on, artist after that, artist after that. It's
Yeah.
Chick Corea, but somehow we end up on Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Somehow we end up on Jan Garbarek, you know, from Belonging.
Almost every album I finish, the same song comes on. It's John Coltrane, Count Basie, Sentimental Mood. Almost like clockwork. When I'm done with an album, that's the first song that comes on in a sentimental mood.
wow.
I don't know what it is, but it's
Mine
like
was-
you're going to listen to this song.
Mine was Spain by Chick Corea. Almost every time the album was over, Spain would come on.
Wow.
That's funny. That's funny.
It's a good way to be reminded of great music that's coming next.
That's true. And coming next is Ahmad Jamal. And
Isn't he the one you guys told me I had to go listen to last summer?
Probably.
You're like, there was an album. I forget it now, but I thought he was one you guys told me. You got to go check him out. So has he been on before?
No.
Oh, this is the first. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that, Matt, one of the things that we turned the page to was, oh, man, I think he's a free jazz guy. I think that's what our first thought was. And boy, was we wrong.
It was Loose Tubes. They wanted you to listen to Loose Tubes.
Yeah.
Sons of Kemet is what I wanted you.
we might have been listening to it in our personal week, the week that he was here.
It's possible.
You know what?
Joe Free at Double Quintet was 78. Herbie Hancock, New Standards
We didn't
was
get to Ahmad Jamal until
We were-
November 4th.
all right. Yeah, he would have been gone already.
Yep. Yeah, we did New Standards with
Yeah.
Hancock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I
Yeah, there must have been somebody else sounds like him.
Quintet. Joe, that was the
Oh,
episode
man.
that you were on. Yeah, you missed
Yeah.
Courtney Pine, but
Might have been Sun Ra too.
let's see,
Drew kind of got off on that.
40.
Oh, yeah.
and
Sun Ra. Yeah.
Magic City, baby.
He's from Saturn, by the way.
could have been Cannonball. That would have been around the time.
Yeah.
40 weeks could have been Cannonball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
It's
So much
somebody-
music. So
Yeah,
little
right.
to-
I was
So
thinking
what?
that this week too. There's just so much music. It's funny because I have a radio playing out in the garage all the time. It shuts itself off at 11 o'clock, but you hear Living on a Prayer for the 1 billionth time. And you think, why am I listening to Living on a Prayer again when I could be listening to Bill Evans Trio or Eric Dolphy or Keith Jarrett for the first time? There's just so much to listen to.
It was interesting because I think that there was a conversation around Keith Jarrett that we began to have. If you could go back and listen to an album for the very first time over again.
Yeah.
We've heard the Koln concert, so the next time you listen to it, you're adding on to what you've already heard. But if there was an album that you could listen to fresh for the very first time all over again, which one would it be? And I think that was about this time period. It was probably Keith or Ahmad Jamal, which both got pretty high ratings. So
That's
Well,
cool.
Will it surprise you if I told you that I went through the A Silly Love Song and listened to that this week?
I love that song. I do. I love that song.
I do too.
Paul
Yeah.
McCartney, silly,
Hi,
silly.
Paul McCartney.
Yep.
Yep. I could listen to it again and again, even.
Yeah.
yep. That's funny.
Well, think of that. Like when the Beatles came in, how different was that music that they brought from England? I mean, it was like, these guys are wild, crazy.
Well, by 75, they had already made their impact on the U.S.
Yeah.
So when this album came out, yeah, Beatlemania was probably in mid-swing or just at the tail end. When did they kind of fizzle out in the U.S.?
You were alive then. You tell me.
Have they? Have they?
Oh, yeah.
Some would say they
So,
never fizzled out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask the stupid question during the episode, but was he from Europe? His parents, because I read something that was like he looks like he's from a African American with the afro.
His mom was
Slovakian, right?
Slovakian,
Something.
yep. Nope, he was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But
That's
they had all moved to the
Slovenian.
state.
Mother was Slovenian.
Slovenian, yeah, Slovenia. Okay.
he did a lot of concerts and stuff though over in Europe,
Yes.
everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
Lucerne.
yeah.
Yep.
Koln was on a break from Miles's group. He had a window of time, so he jumps in.
Yeah. His discography is crazy. His discography.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 albums in 1971. 2 albums in 72. 1, 2, 3 albums in 73. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 albums in 74. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 albums in 75.
And these are the albums that were released that year.
Yeah.
There were albums that weren't released for another 10 years or some 20 years later.
Really?
So, yeah, he may have recorded eight in 75, or 8 in 74, and only came out in 75 with 4 of them or 5 of them. So he was a recording fool.
Well, I wonder too about some of these guys is that the new version, the new stuff that's coming out, they're just all told what to do. They're told what sells. And I've listened to a couple of guys recently who are like, we don't want to do this song. We hate this song. John Mayer was one of those. He freaking hated the song that became famous. He didn't want to become that kind of musician. But you think of some of these guys, nobody told them what they needed to release, right? Or did they have guys who were like, nah, the Koln concert would suck. It wouldn't sell records, so we won't do it. Or if you're thinking this came out 10 years later.
I think at this point, Manfred Eicher had the vision of what he wanted his record label to sound like and what he wanted it to look like. So he wasn't going to tell Keith what to play, but he had the artist already picked out that he wanted on his label.
Okay.
The way that he wanted his label jazz to sound.
Yeah.
And he's maintained that. I mean, ECM has maintained their style for 60 years.
Yeah.
Blue
Think
Notes
of Pat Metheny. Pat Metheny's on ECM. He's an ECM artist.
Yeah.
Keith Jarrett, ECM. Jan Garbarek is an ECM artist. Matthias Eick, that trumpet player that I just heard a couple of weeks ago, ECM music all the way. You could play an album from an ECM artist. You wouldn't even see the artwork or know the label and say, that's probably ECM. So
wow.
Now,
how badly did Keith's stroke affect his playing?
He had 2
not able to play anymore, right?
Yeah.
The first one didn't do him in. It was the second one where he lost all mobility of his left arm.
Yep.
But then it came back.
Nope.
It didn't come back.
After the second one, he could not. He just didn't come back.
Couldn't even perform.
But
Yeah.
play with his right hand.
You know, I wonder this, Matt. Do you think he could still outplay some of the best pianists in the world with one arm?
I can do that with one arm behind my back.
That's it. I'm going to outplay you with one arm tied behind my back. I think that he could. I think that's the musical genius that he is, because it's what comes in the gray matter.
Yeah.
And if he hears it, he could play it. But you also realize 60 years later, 50 years later, give the man some props.
How old are you?
After that's what I stopped and said. He was performing 10 years before I was even born. Forest Flower was his first real kickoff to the highlights in '67 at the festival. But yeah, 60 years the man's been on the main stage. I got to give him some props and let him walk away. But I think he could outplay a lot of people with one arm.
Yeah, I do too.
But do you want it? Phil, I wanted to say something, though, because I think that what we're seeing in today's world, especially over the last 2 decades, they are being told what to play. You had a great hit record. Redo it. I don't want to redo the same thing. Redo it.
The artist is not the artist anymore. Mm-hmm. The artist is, you do this and you do this and you do this. This is what sells. And the artist, John Mayer, I watched the whole thing on him because I'm playing a lot of guitar lately. And he's like, I don't want to be this. I don't want to be this. This was a dumb song. It was simple, but it was the hit. So it sold. And he worked for years to recreate himself so that he could be that kind of person. And I doubt he'll ever come up on your jazz list, but you guys check out a bit more.
Remember the movie from George Strait, Pure Country? I'm tired of being a dancing chicken.
Chicken on the stove. Yeah.
And I think that's the music business anyways. So, Dad, there was a scene in George Strait country music. He said they put these burners underneath this stadium, this platform, and they put chickens on it so that they can dance. Well, the hotter the heat is,
chickens
the more they dance. Yeah. And George Strait's the character says, I'm tired of being the dancing chicken.
No, well, his drummer says, you know what I always wondered? Because why that chicken just didn't jump off the stage. Yeah. It just keep on dancing. And that was his cue to go get away for a while.
He left the music scene.
So he jumped off the stage.
And I think that's Taylor Swift did it, right?
Yeah.
You don't own me.
Yeah.
I'm going to break ties with you, and I'm going to own my own thing. So she can be a little more creative. But here's the question. To be a little bit more creative or to sell more records? Which one is going to get you to where you wanted to be?
She had to redo all of her music.
Oh yeah.
So that she did have the rights to her music. She couldn't even buy them back from him. Nope. They were not going to give them back to her. She had to record all of her music all over again, so she owned it.
Right.
So I applaud her for that.
Oh, I applaud her for that. But the question remains, how much has her music really changed over the last 15
years? Hasn't. No, it hasn't. It's still garbage.
And so although it's the record label, right? Although it's the record label.
Fans who are paying for this extended episode, please don't take an exception to what I said. I just don't like Taylor Swift's music.
But the fact remains, you got to produce the stuff that people want to hear, or they're not going to come and see your shows. They're not going to listen to your albums. So you're still a dancing chicken, but for who?
That's kind of what I was getting at the beginning of the episode too. All right, it's time to sit down and play. And you expect him to forget everything that has gone on for the last 12 hours and sit down and play and be creative. I can't imagine that. There are times, again, that I'd love to pick up the trumpet and play what's in my head, but I can't because I'm not that creative. And then there's times where I look at the trumpet and I want to sit down and play it. I just don't want to. And so I'm not going to. But then you're told, all right, concert starts at 11:30. Have something ready. And you're like, I got to play for a whole hour. I don't know what I'm going to play.
And I've got to play through the anger. I hadn't thought about that as one of the angles of that. No, he played through grace. That's kind of how I felt listening to it. And so every musician is faced with the same thing. What album are we going to produce? What's the sound we're going for? And man, Most of it.
Yeah, but it's different. It's all right. I feel like that's different because they get to walk into a studio and spend as much time as they need to. Keith he has to sit down on stage and play right now at 11:30 for 1,400 people.
Yep. It's an interesting one though. If you look at it from all the,
What are you doing?
he was trying to brighten himself up.
That's what it looks like.
It totally does.
Man, he said with Willie Nelson or Snoop Dogg, one or the other.
Well, they are in Colorado.
Yeah. Woodstock, maybe. Yeah.
Huh?
Only Drew knows what I'm doing there.
I know what you're doing.
Wait, how do you know what I'm doing?
I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
You better not know what I'm doing.
So I can relate.
Pop can bong. I know what
I
you're
can
doing.
relate to what you guys said because in my head, I can play a mean drum set.
Uh-huh.
In my head, I've got the rhythm, I've got the pedals, I've got the toms, I've got the cymbals, and then I sit down on the it's called the throne, I guess. I sit down there and I can't do a thing. It's like, but
Yeah.
it's here. It's here.
You know, I would go home and record stuff with my looper pedal after coming over to your guys' place or to Matt's place last summer. And I have listened to some of the stuff that I recorded last summer. And I'm not kidding you guys. I've sat down for a month on end and never been able to reproduce some of that stuff because I think some of it wasn't jazz that was, coming out of me, but it was this, it was inspiration.
Your brain on jazz. That's what it was. I promise you.
It was moving.
Yep.
It was moving. And then I was able to create stuff that I said, I don't think I could ever actually reproduce some of the stuff that came out of last summer. I do have a couple of songs that are, in my opinion, they're stinking amazing. They're just really crazy cool. But you don't just do that. You don't just sit down and do it. You got to have some other.
This is where I would say to the world, music is one of the most important things that you could have in school, and not for the music's sake, but for the mind. If you can focus for 1 hour on what you're doing with your instrument, you've not been bombarded with your screens, you've not been bombarded with television, you've not been bombarded with doing this, doing that, not doing this, not doing that, or the social crap, or the what's going on in the world. If you can focus for 1 hour, then how will your mind be forever changed? And if you do that for 3 days or 4 days a week, how will your life be changed, and how will the lives of others be changed? And
think about you guys in high school band and what you learned, the interaction you had. And now Delaney has an opportunity to go to Belmont High School, or I think she's still doing a couple days a week for just an hour with the drum group, the drum corps, the percussions. And it drives her crazy because these kids are not as serious as she was serious. And Snyder High School was serious about their music. Jack was serious about his music. And he wanted to get the best out of you. And things are changing in our society, and at least area.
Yeah, like you said, the focus. They're focused on other things, and that's why Snyder Band used to be 140 and now it's 90. And that's sad because kids aren't going there because it's too much of a discipline.
Well,
and they don't want somebody telling them.
And
it's not a dopamine. It's not an immediate dopamine release, and this generation is so addicted to dopamine. Addicted to it.
Okay, well, jazz music is that dopamine for me though, and that's the problem that I'm not having with jazz, but it's almost like to the point now where I don't get enough to get that dopamine hit anymore. We're 90 weeks into well, we're farther than that, Drew. We're almost 2.5 years into our jazz journey here, and it's almost to the point where I can't get enough jazz to get that dopamine hit again listening. So it's
They're not new. Yeah.
Which is partly why I enjoy the trumpet now.
still a lot of new music that I haven't heard.
Which is what the old man's bringing. I mean, he keeps bringing these weekly drops like this. I'm going to get in trouble because it's a whole other place, a whole other stream, a whole other decade of music. Holy crap. So
I'm telling you, you're going to like the next one.
I'm telling you, it is going to be the old, the segment's going to be called Old Man New Jazz.
I don't believe it. We're not going to like it. You better give us a couple of days to listen to it.
So, question: is there anybody equal to Keith Jarrett? Is there anybody as far as improv and determination and
on the piano? Just on the piano?
Yeah,
I'd say Chick Corea.
Okay,
but Chick only played jazz. I don't think he played much classical music. Whereas Keith Jarrett, Keith has a lot of classical music albums out, solo classical and classical with symphony.
And Matt, I have to say that it's going back to your favorite artist. Well, which one in the alphabet or which instrument?
Yeah,
because
right.
nobody is Keith Jarrett. Is there an equal? No. Are there people who can play as proficient in that world? Brad Maldoa is the current one to me. Herbie Hancock definitely can. But you go back to yesteryears and some of the great piano players, Count Basie and Duke Ellington, Ben Webster, Bud Powell, McCoy Tyner, these were beboppers. But if you think about the classically trained and jazz trained, you've got...
He's got his own special niche. That's what it is. Yeah. Keith just has his own section.
Phil, Drew said, I'm Count Basie again.
I'm lost. I don't get the Count Basie.
Here's how you play a D.
So last year, me and Kendra and Dad and Mom and Ryan and Nellie and Sophie all got to go see the Count Basie Orchestra for free at the Pearl Arts Academy. The Count Basie Orchestra is still performing. They're still performing today. Of course, Count Basie is passed away but the orchestra goes on. And so, Dad.
Yeah, 89 years. 89 years.
That really gives it to Drew because we've seen Count Basie Orchestra and he hasn't.
So, okay, not to change the subject because Jacob Collier. Jacob Collier. Have you guys seen Jacob Collier's stuff and then see that the new standard? Oh my gosh, I just forgot his name.
Hancock.
Herbie and his recording guy sit down and are blown away
Jacob Collier. Yes.
Collier. Yes. If you guys haven't seen his documentary bit, it's cool to see Herbie sit in the background and just be like, yo, where did you, he dropped that, man. What an improvise, he can do. Jacob Collier. If you haven't listened and seen his thing.
Collier.
Llier.
Collier.
It's so I meant to send you guys that link after I watched him, but check out the one that's that talks about his story. And if he doesn't make it into something you guys do, it'd be a miss because he's the new guy.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
What does he play? A harmonica?
He plays,
nose flute.
He plays the crowd. Most of his concerts, he's there. He will have certain people sing certain tunes, and then he will direct.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things he does. But he actually started. He can play almost any stinking instrument. Has all kinds of stuff, and he improvises. But he's got a voice that then goes into tones that could keep up with the indie jazz guys. He plays those yarmulkes. What are those called? What were those? What's the name of those things?
Put on your yarmulke. Here comes
Hanukkah.
Phil,
Phil,
by the way, check out the Ezra Collective.
Oh yeah.
Ezra collective.
Well, you just need to start watching the episodes to
Yeah.
listen for its new artists.
And as of last week, it's the first segment. So
Yep.
you can just drop right in.
Okay.
And if you don't know where to find the segment, in the comments below, it will have a chapter marker so that you can just drop in. Yeah, Ezra Collective. So
Yep.
you can just drop
right.
into where Dad recommends the album.
It's
Dad's
called
now gotten
Dance. It's called Dance. No One's Watching. The name of the album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Song number 28,
All right.
specifically the very last song on the album,
It brought Dad to tears last week,
Oh
It
my
did.
goodness, yes.
2 weeks ago.
called Everyone. Everyone.
Everybody.
You all. Everybody.
Everybody is the song.
Yeah.
You
it was-
all, everybody.
It was the only song
all,
from the new album of the week that we've ever played. So
Yeah, only
we
clip.
Really?
we don't feature the song from that album.
Because if we give him a clip, he's gonna get taken away from us on the show. He's gonna get drafted by another bigger podcast, jazz podcast. So
Somebody's
we
gonna be
only
like,
we only give him this much. He asked for this much. Give him this much.
well,
'Cause he'll-
we give him this much, and he still takes that much, even though he's gotten a request for that much.
that's true.
That's good.
You give the mouse a cookie, right? Give the mouse
Open
a cookie.
Studio,
Yeah.
Open Studio is going to reach out to him one day. So you are live during these bands, so we need your input on this. we're talking about Forest Flower from 1967. Tell us
That's
about your
good.
thoughts.
You could have been at the Koln concert.
Yes.
Ah,
No, Mama would have killed him because that was 10 days before my birth.
That's true.
So she went to a baseball game 2 days before I was born.
That's true.
That's true.
ah.
Well, when you're in New Jersey, what do you do?
Oh, that's good.
You
All
got
right.
it.
That's good.
To our Patreon fans, thank you for sticking around for the end of the episode dialogue. This is always fun for us just to hang out and talk naturally, besides presenting information. So
We're not really
you're paying for it, so you might as well stick around and watch this dialogue. Thank you so much for joining us.
You get what you.
Keep blowing smoke at him, Matt.
Oh, he's still recording. I know he is. He didn't stop recording just because we said
I
goodbye.
actually did stop so that I could make sure it was in the can, and then I hit start as soon as it was ready, which was
I
just
knew you
seconds
would.
later.
I knew you
We're at 27 and a half minutes.
After the episode,
Yeah.
right? I knew you'd start recording again, and when we do become huge and famous, this footage will be crucial.
It'll be
That's
as priceless then as it is now.
That's good.
It's been so good being with y'all.
Oh, it's great to see
You all. Yep.
Yeah.
As
Really
well.
special.
Thanks for inviting me and insisting. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
I needed
Yeah,
it.
we are
I
too.
really did.
We
Yep.
are too.
Yeah.
It's good to be together.
Yep.
And
Family's
we're
Give the-
sorry about
Yeah.
your loss.
It's good with fam.
That's a hard
Thanks.
loss.
Yep.
Give everybody there our love.
Really hard.
Yes.
We
Will
pray
do.
for grace and peace as they go through this drastic loss.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Tom and Jeannie asked about you today, Drew. They remember you from being down in Texas,
Yes.
and Julie's here. She was here today too.
Good.
Yep. It's cool. I tell you, their family is more family that was from David's side of the family, right? And just has loved on and been there for. They've got cousins who came, right? Cousins of David. So she was married to Elle for 34 years. That was 10 years or so, no, 15 years after David. But this family adopted them in, and so those cousins of his came to the
Wow.
woman who married, their cousin, and would have been 40 plus years ago that he
Wow.
even passed. But yeah,
It's
such a
it's
loving,
family, isn't it?
caring family. It's so cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Means a lot.
Yep. It's awesome. Love and acceptance. That was on the sermon, or the not sermon. I didn't give a sermon. I just gave a points at the. Yep.
It was
I tried
an
not to
official-
preach. They didn't
It was
let me
not an
preach.
official sermon, but it was 45 minutes long. I just had the opening remarks.
On 1 Corinthians 13, 45 minutes long. Gladly accepted.
We missed
Yep.
that because we didn't come in until
About 10 minutes into the service.
we got home and we
Oh,
said,
yep.
"Oh my word, they're doing it live!" And
Then
yeah,
it took a while.
It's on the PFC Nazarene. Yep. Pueblo First Church PFC Nazarene. So if you guys care to watch it, there's stories of just L and his brother was there, his nephew was there, and others. So yeah,
There's
it was
lot
a neat
of
service.
testimonies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
It's cool.
All right.
All right. Love y'all.
So long. Farewell.
Peter saying good night.
Wiedersehen.
Adieu. And you.
Adieu, and Drew, and Drew.
Love
Now,
y'all.
see, people on Patreon would pay for that.
They should pay for that. they may pay for it just watching it. It will forever be in their head.
Yeah.
Here, one more time.
You can't get that back. You can't unwatch that.
All right. I love you guys.
love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
too.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.